Joey, do you like movies about gladiators? Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak. And I found Daddy Pig on my desk this morning. Today I am here, and so are you. Talking about some regular nonsense today. Once in a while I like to pepper in a little checkup on the select few influencers and content creators that are still trying to make themselves in some way relevant. I wanted to talk about Colleen Ballinger. Well, actually, I really wouldn't mind talking about anything else, but I do often keep tabs on some of these people just because I'm curious. I'm curious to see, because a lot of people, when I make videos about Colleen or Shane Dawson or whoever, they're like, why do you hate watch? Like, why are you watching them? Don't watch them if you don't enjoy it. And the thing is, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy observing the human condition, right? Like, these are like people who have done pretty objectively bad things, right? And to watch them get canceled and then sort of what the evolution of their content becomes from then on is very interesting to me. Save your, oh my god, if you don't like it, don't watch it comment, because do better. Also, go do your homework or some shit. So I wanted to talk today about some things that have come across my desk via my feed on Reddit and that I have since looked into myself and I wanted to talk about today. And I made notes. So we're gonna go through this list of Colleen Ballinger updates you didn't ask for. In the meantime, make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want to be. Sometimes I do videos like this. Most of the time I do videos watching old nostalgia content. I also have a Patreon where I do more nostalgia content, mostly with Teen Mom, and I'm also watching I Love the 90s over there, which is a really good fun time and takes away from all the horrible things that are going on in the world right now. So if you need a distraction, that's the place to be. Alright, so let's start off with point number 1. Colleen whines about her kids. It's number 1. Recently, Colleen made a video, and this is, I think, a point that a lot of the people on Reddit comment on about a lot, which is how often Colleen complains or even makes faces of frustration with her 2 youngest kids, because they are twins. They are 3, and I don't know if you've ever had 3-year-old twins. I have. They're a lot. So I do understand, like, the sort of, like, I'm burnt out, I'm overstimulated, it is loud in here, what is sticky? I get it, okay? Would I be documenting that outside of, like, the confines of being like, hey man, all moms get tired and frustrated sometimes. All moms are at the airport. Land it, buddy. One of these days they're gonna stop here. Now, I do understand the frustration with one's children. Like, I understand being a tired, overstimulated mom. I feel like this is one of the less obnoxious ones for me. I kind of get it. But I think a lot of people on Reddit, their issue is that she really has shown zero frustration or exhaustion or overstimulation or any sort of parental fatigue when it comes to her oldest son. And I don't watch enough of her vlog content to know whether or not that's true, but if you can't trust Reddit, who can you trust? Let's move on to point number 2. Rachel Ballinger, Colleen's sister, whines for Colleen and the rest of the child exploiters, being the rest of the Ballinger family. So recently, Rachel was on a podcast, and I've only ever seen this clip of that podcast. I'm not sure how much more of this she went into, because I'm not going to give it a view. Even I have limits, and also the brain can only handle so much. The chair too, I guess. Anyway, so she was on a podcast talking about the effects of Colleen's cancellation on her and their family.
Three's Company too.
Your sister had a little bit of a hard time. Did that affect you at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My views dropped, my subscribers dropped. I mean, personally, it was terrible.
You know, again, I didn't watch this whole interview, but I would like to think that this was prefaced with, so your sister got caught in inappropriate group chats with minors. asking about their first periods, asking for ass pics, having inappropriate conversations, telling them inappropriate things about your husband, you know, having them work for you for free, essentially. Did that exposure of that affect you? Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
for my whole family, it was terrible, seeing her go through that. But yeah, I mean, we all took a hit. Anyone that was connected with her at all took a hit, and that's the internet.
No. I mean, yeah. But no. This implies that Colleen is still the victim of some internet witch hunt or some such nonsense. As if there aren't years worth of screenshots.
I learned a lot from the internet that through all of that.
It is.
I don't trust.
It's painful.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anything. I don't trust headlines. And yeah, the people that are the meanest are the loudest.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the lesson you guys should have come away with, is to not trust anybody. Instead of not messaging fucking minors in an extended and inappropriate fashion. That's the lesson for sure. The people who are the meanest are the loudest. Okay. Is that like when Colleen sent pictures of Trisha Paytas naked just to make fun of her? Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And people without a heart won't go away.
That's a really weird characterization of people asking for maybe even a small semblance of authentic accountability for really, really, really inappropriate behavior. But okay, sure. It's heartless people.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just continue and poke and poke and poke.
Yeah.
I have endured.
Yeah, especially when my sister went through the whole thing 2 years ago. Was it a year ago? I don't know. But
You know how long ago it was. Don't kid yourself, babe.
yeah, I really did be like, I kind of want to get off the internet because it can go south so quick. The bigger you get, the more people want to take you down.
Yeah, and the more they're actually going to look into the interactions they've had with you in the past, the more they're going to actually, like, think about the things that you've said to them, the more they're actually going to go, hey, wait, that DM I had with that person was also kind of weird. Yeah, you're right. It's people, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
The more successful you are, it's, yeah. And
Has she recovered from that? I mean, no, it's still happening.
Yeah, I mean, she'll never get to where she was again, and emotionally she's just trying to survive.
Yeah, aren't we all? Anyway, the reason she'll never get to where she was again, and the reason why she's emotionally just trying to survive, is because she never really actually took accountability for herself. She instead posted a 10-minute video blaming everyone else. Colleen is not a victim here. She never was. Painting Colleen as the victim here is absolute crazy work. Batshit crazy stuff. Are we supposed to feel bad? I mean, listen, there are other people who deserve cancellation, like true blue cancellation in cancel culture. I'm not a cancel culture person. I don't necessarily believe that cancel culture exists. I do believe that one should take accountability for themselves, and should you prove yourself to be a huge fucking problem and a danger to other people, yeah, you probably shouldn't have a platform. Like someone like James Charles. And I think I bring him up every single time because he does not get enough shit for spending copious amounts of time messaging minors, admitting to it, apologizing for it, and then deleting said apology. But Colleen's definitely not the victim. She was the perpetrator.
But yeah.
That must have been really hard for her.
Yeah, boo fucking who. I'm gonna lose sleep over it. Anyway, let's hit up the third point on our list. What's with the pregnancy fetish? Now, this is something that, like, has been... I don't get it. Now, Colleen's been pregnant twice. She has a son who is, I think he's about to be 6 or 7. I don't know. And then she's got twins. And both times she hated pregnancy. She had terrible pregnancies. I only know this because I only started watching her content around the time she was pregnant, because I had also just had a baby and I was in the throes of postpartum and all of this nonsense. So that's actually how the only content of hers I really ever consumed. Both times she was miserable in pregnancy. She had really hard pregnancies. And as genuinely happy as I do believe she is to be a mother, pregnancy seemed to be awful on her. And she has this thing where, like, post-pregnancy, she likes to do all these things that she was doing during pregnancy. But now it's been like 4 years since she was pregnant. And we're still posting, like, pregnancy fetish content. I don't feel the need to make speculations outside of bony little back about anybody's sort of body dysmorphia or any sort of body image issues or eating disorders or anything like that. But a lot of it feels like body checking. I don't think it's a far cry to say it could be a little bit of a body check, but also like what? Like why is that content? Not the body checking. Like I understand why people body check, but like the pregnancy thing. I mean, unless you're taking like I used to wear this dress and now I can't wear this dress because I wore it when I was pregnant. Oh, look how big it is on me now. Like, I don't know. That feels weird. So I actually searched the term pregnancy on her channel because I was genuinely curious, and wow, there are a lot more videos related to pregnancy while she was not pregnant than I even remember. And to be honest, this feels very clickbaity because up until Toxic Gossip Train, the most viewed videos on her channel were about pregnancy. So this is weird, in my opinion. Thoughts? Colleen whines about her vacation plans getting canceled. Now this is the video that I wanted to make a little while ago because I thought it was really funny. And I'm going to let you in on some of this. We're not going to watch all of it because I'm not kidding you when I say that this is an incredibly long amount of time to be saying the same exact fucking thing, okay? So this is a video entitled Our Trip Got Canceled. Because we are nothing if not big, semi-clickbaity titles, which is fine, whatever draws in viewership, I guess.
I apologize that I did not have a vlog for you yesterday. That is not what I wanted to happen. I was excited to have the first day of a vacation vlog for you, but unfortunately, a disaster happened this weekend.
Oh my god, what could it be?
I could not possibly be more stressed if I tried. This is not the best day of my life, but it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I am freaking out because I booked this big trip for my kids. The whole point of the trip is to make Flynn's dreams come true. He's finally going to meet a cuttlefish, which is his favorite animal in the entire world. He's been wanting to see one ever since he found out what a cuttlefish was. It's been his dream to meet a cuttlefish.
So we're planning a whole trip around the oldest son's interest in fish, which is totally fine in my books. There's nothing wrong with that. Just bear in mind, while we sit on our couch in our multi-million-dollar home with our MacBook Pro on our lap.
So I've planned this whole trip and we've had this countdown like on the wall. The kids have been so excited about it every day. Flynn cried when I told him. I'll show you that. I have that footage.
Great. I can't wait to watch your son cry.
Oh my god, this video is gonna be so different than it is now. All they want to talk about and think about is going on this trip, and every morning they wake up so early because they want to go rip off the next number to see how many more days is left and what picture is going to be underneath and blah blah blah. It's been the talk of the town in this house, and we're supposed to leave in the morning. Whenever I go anywhere the day before the trip, I go into the website of the hotel to check in, or whatever the rental houses that we're going to, I check in there the day before. Well, I went to go check in, and in my messages it just says this trip was canceled.
Oh no, how come?
I got this message yesterday. I didn't see it yesterday because I didn't check it till today, but they gave no explanation, no reason at all, just canceled. So I called this rental home company and was like, hey, what's going on? Why is this canceled? And they're like, yeah, it looks like it was canceled. I was like, right, but why? And they're like, the people who own the property canceled it. And I was like, why? Like, what? Out of nowhere. Like, and they didn't give a reason. And of course I'm panicked because the kids are so excited. We have to go. Like, I'm not gonna just not go. And I was like, well, what can you guys do to help me out here? Because this really screwed me over. And like, if I were to have canceled on them last minute, I would have still had to pay the full amount. So can someone help me out here? Like, what am I supposed to do? And they were like, well, you can just go book a different one. And I'm like, it's not even 24 hours. Like, I don't even have 24 hours before we're supposed to check in.
Oh my God, real problems. Okay, first of all, I understand the problems are relative, okay? I say that a lot on this channel. I understand that problems are relative, right? You are planning a vacation, you are putting down a bunch of money for a vacation, and it's for your kids specifically, and they're all very excited about it, and you can't change plans last minute because changing plans last minute on kids is an absolute nightmare. I understand that the problem is relative, okay? I understand that to her in this moment, this is very, very frustrating. However, she will go on to talk about, and we're not gonna watch all of this, but she would go on to talk about how, you know, the place that she rented, which I'm assuming is an Airbnb or a Vrbo or something, how she picked one because it had this great play area and a pool and this and that and the other. So it sounds like an incredibly expensive place to stay. So yes, that's very frustrating that your money is not going to go to the place that you wanted. Eventually she finds a different place where they can stay because whatever, stay wherever. She explains that You know, she doesn't like to stay in hotels because she has kids and they're loud. So in lieu of picking a hotel and teaching your kids manners and how to treat other people while you have other adults with you, sure, stay where you're comfy. That's fine. But like right now, in this economy, like for me to have done that, if that happened to me on my trip this past August, right? I only get to take a vacation once every 10 years, okay? I don't have the money to take a vacation every year. I would have been devastated, but that's because I knew that I wouldn't be able to make another accommodation for myself. I wouldn't be able to make it work. That would have been a trip ender. Colleen has all the money to make it work, okay? She's also pretending like she's losing a day of work because she's had to look for another place to stay, as if, again, she doesn't have a nanny in her home to watch the kids or a husband to help her out. I don't understand. I haven't watched any videos if anybody has covered any of this. The theory is that they saw the name on the reservation and they said, no. That's my theory. It's totally just a theory. Not to be all Shane Dawson at you, but it's just a theory. To give her no explanation. Now, I don't know. I don't do a lot of like, you know, Airbnb or Vrbo or anything like that. So I'm unfamiliar if it's very common for people to cancel without a reason. But the canceling without a reason leads me to believe that it might be because they saw her name on the reservation. That's what happens when you f*** up real bad and you never take accountability for it. One might say one instance led to another. And again, that's just if my theory is true, and I don't know that it is or it isn't, but it would make a lot of sense to me, you know? I mean, this video, whatever this video was like 10-15 minutes of her just complaining about the about having to find another place for her family to go, about finding a different place for her and her kids to stay like 1 or 2 nights. In this economy, a video where you're complaining about how your one expensive place to stay is no longer available and you need to find another expensive place to stay, and you can basically afford both at the same time if you wanted to, while almost your entire viewership probably is struggling to feed themselves because grocery prices are so high. Your focus is to make a video about how sucky it is that your reservation got canceled. Like, don't get me wrong, it's frustrating no matter who you are and how much money you have, right? But again, all problems are relative. If this happened to somebody who gets to take a vacation once every few years, that's a literal vacation ruiner. That is a literal canceled trip. So, I don't know, that's just one of those things that's been annoying me. Alright, let's get to the last thing on the list. It just says, my husband is driving me crazy. You know I'm gonna bite on that one. So this last thing I want to talk about was a video that she put up a few days ago that I stumbled upon. Listen, I despise her thumbnails. As a millennial, I find cringe in her millennial and these thumbnails that she makes because they're so f***ing cringy millennial thumbnails and I hate them. That being said, she put up this video with a stupid thumbnail. And again, we're gonna watch it together because I have some things to say.
Hi everyone. Do you ever wake up in the morning and just go like, I'm feeling a bit petty. I'm ignoring maturity, I'm ignoring responsibility, and I'm choosing pettiness.
No, because I have 2 children and lots of things to do. Pettiness can be done without ignoring your responsibilities. But go on. I live for a petty moment.
I'm choosing violence. My wonderful, amazing husband has so many incredible qualities. He is just the best. But just like I have many obnoxious habits, he has a few little habits as well that sometimes just grind my gears. And one of those habits is leaving empty boxes in the pantry and in the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
So he will be the last one to take a snack out of a box or the last bowl of cereal, take out the last trash bag, etc. And he will leave the empty carton inside of the fridge or in the pantry.
Wow. That is annoying. Legit. I'm not being sarcastic. That is annoying. But I bet we didn't just have a mature conversation about it since we're choosing to be petty, right?
In case I ever get hungry for some cardboard, I could just snack on this. Isn't that so nice? Oh my god. So sweet. Is it my birthday?
Look at this. We have a Raisin Bran cereal, but then this one.
Oh my god! I'm so spoiled!
Yeah, that's really fucking annoying. 100%. I am team that's annoying, don't do that. But I'm also team like grow up and don't put that shit on Instagram and then subsequently on YouTube.
It drives me crazy. So I've decided to be petty. Over the last couple of months, every time I find an empty box inside of the pantry, I don't throw it away. I don't recycle it. I've been taking boxes and I've been hiding them in my office for months.
Okay. I mean, last we checked in with you, you had a rodent problem in your walls, so maybe we shouldn't.
So today I'm building him a castle made out of his own trash because I am petty. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on building something with all of the boxes of trash that he's left in the fridge and in the pantry. I'm talking quietly because I don't want him to hear me because I think he's right above me right now. But I think what I want to make is a play castle for the kids to play in. That way it has to sit in the living room like this huge pile of trash and he'll have to look at it every single day. And I'm excited to ignore my responsibilities today to just be petty and glue a bunch of boxes together. Let's get started.
There is a difference between being petty and being petulant. This is stupid. Also, you're telling me that you're ignoring all of your responsibilities today to build a castle out of boxes. I'm to believe that all of these boxes Eric left behind, like the Fancy Feast box and the Q-tips, the Motrin. Okay.
All right, this is what we've got going so far. This is the box.
You're telling me you went through 2 boxes of Q-tips for months. I have a box of Q-tips that I don't even remember what year I bought them in.
That I have accumulated and have been hiding in my closet. But now they're out, they're free, they're living their best life on the floor, and I'm about to build something majestic.
All right, we have a little bit of progress. So online, when I looked at pictures of little play castles and whatnot, they usually have like an arch kind of door. Obviously boxes are square, so that's kind of hard for me to do. So instead I glued these together like this. It's kind of the shape for the top of the door. And then here's one pile for the—
You're telling me on not 1 but 2 occasions, I did get a bruise from hitting myself with the car door. You're telling me on not 1 but 2 occasions you reached into a box of Huggies and it was empty because he left it there. I'm calling bullshit on that, first of all.
This is as good as it's gonna get. I've made the castle go all the way around, and I even had leftovers, if you can believe it, so I might make something else. But there's a little window that opens up with a little shelf on the side. Pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool if you just did it in your spare time, or maybe had your kids help, or... I just think this is so stupid. Like, I get it. I get wanting to be petty, and I get wanting to be like, hey, maybe don't do this anymore. Here's trash. But, like... Couldn't he have just put it in his car or something?
You know how you're really good at whenever you finish something in the fridge or the pantry, like leave it in there for me? The box so that I can like remember it? Well, I've been collecting them and saving them.
That's great. And now I'm gonna show the internet. Have you been doing this all day, is what he asked. I would be pissed. Like, I understand like the wanting to be petty and like all of that. Like, I do get that. Like, I also feel like if I was Eric, I would be pissed. Because not only have I been taking care of the kids all day long, in theory, I don't know if the nanny's around today, but like, not only have I been in charge of everything, I'm under the assumption you're in your office working while you're in your office building a fucking castle out of garbage to be petty to me, the one who's taking care of the kids. And then not only that, but remember earlier when I was talking about when her trip got canceled and she had to reschedule everything and she was so upset because then she lost a day of work? You're losing a day of work. Clearly she's been doing it a long time because Eric said, is this what you've been doing all day? So now you've lost a day of work. Was it worth it for content? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm too, like, being too nitpicky about it, but I think this is stupid. I think it's dumb to, you know, to treat people this way. Like, I know it's her husband, I know they're goofing, I know, like, the core of it seems to be fairly, like, in jest, but, like, couldn't you have just, like, saved them for longer and then, like, filled up his car with them? That would have been funny. And then he could have just driven them to a recycling center or to a dumpster or whatever. I think putting them in his car or, like, putting them somewhere that's specifically his like that, like, pile it all up like that, would have taken less time, it would have been more petty, and it would have been funnier. I don't know. Let me know what you think. It's obviously not that serious, but, like, it's just, I don't know. I thought it was kind of ridiculous and kind of silly, and not, like, in a good way. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know. I'm sure I can't wait to hear about how nitpicky and dumb I am and how I shouldn't bother to watch if I don't have anything nice to say. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Get off my lawn. And then make sure you subscribe. The lawn just looks nice. I just finished making it look good. Alright, I gotta go. Bye.